Hello? Is it working? Is the video game working? I may have forgotten to set the intended start time, so it's probably wigging out or something. The stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. Recommend use the stream. I think it looks fine. Fast as 4 hours. I hope so. We have Rick. It's pretty much all we need. If there's at least one person as an audience. It says there's 2 people, but I don't know who the second person is. Oh, it's me, apparently. Okay. That's a bit misleading. Whoa, whoa, whoa. New Horizons? But I need my game to be rehashed. This game does some cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this game that's nice. But it's Animal Crossing. And I mean, Animal Crossing isn't bad, but it's one of those games that really makes you question what makes a game. Well, how do you judge a game? Because objectively, you think about this, it's like, and I'm already getting to the likes again, but you play this game and whoops, sorry, someone just came in. But you play this game and it's all just collecting stuff, and I gotta put this in full screen so I can see it. I didn't even read this. I have problems. Yesterday I was thinking about ways I could boost my pop star profile, but I couldn't come up with anything. I mean, practicing dancing, learning to sing, whatever. None of it makes me famous now. Soon to be famous, Felicity. Hey, I want my old Horizons back. I haven't played New Leaf in years, so my town is probably deserted. But yeah, and Animal Crossing is a weird kind of game because it's all so slow, and I usually don't like slow games, but there's something about this that makes it enjoyable, even though objectively you could probably look at a lot of what Animal Crossing does and go, that's bad. Like having to wait for anything in real life time is something you expect from a terrible mobile game or a classic MMO. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the X watching that message. It never really works. I wouldn't expect it to work. Either that or it's really slow. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be accurate. It's just I didn't expect it to count me playing as an enemy. Come on. It's the only one with a ponytail, and I wear a ponytail a lot because my hair is really long. There's one other haircut that's closer to closer to my real hair, although none of them aren't that long. It's pretty close. Oh, it's a battle. If I start playing this right now, how long do I have to wait to play online? I don't know if you're saying that sarcastically or legitimately, but you should be able to go as soon as you're on the first day. You have to do, there's sort of a fixed time day where it just shows you the mechanics and how to collect stuff and craft things, and then it's a real day where the time passes in real time. So I guess if you never progress, oops, sorry Dora. If you never progress past that first day, you'll be in perpetual frozen time because it just doesn't progress. Oh, it's a bottle. Yeah, so we're just gonna play this for a little bit because I forgot to do my chores, and you gotta do your chores. We don't gotta, but you gotta be optimal. Yeah, you found it. I was late relaxing yesterday while reading comics when I thought of this recipe. I put it in this bottle, so Def, check it out. Check out my masterpiece. You want to use it all the time. The cute artisan Agent S. I know Agent S. I had him in my town once. It's a shell bed. Cool. But oh, the rock is, wow, that is a terrible rock position, I'll be honest. Yeah, I sort of broke my rocks, so they're respawning now. And also, is my mic still on? I gotta check, cause I kinda, okay, it's still there. I should move my OBS thing to the side and then have this here, cause then I can see if something's like wrong with the stream. What is there to say? I mean, it's Animal Crossing. This is Bun Bun. Hi, how's my bestie, Delish? Let's chat. Clear skies are amazing. They really make you think about how huge our galaxy is, you know? Like, sunlight travels 92 million miles to make us warm and happy during the day. And at night, some of the starlight we see has traveled billions of years to get here to our island. I want to make a joke about me being a star, but I'm too busy being amazed by nature. Okay, because I muted my mic temporarily because someone barged in. I was late. I throw it back into the ocean. Is this Flip? He's actually one of the first villagers I had, and he's not moved out yet. Not always playing as the default male character and just putting on a helmet. You can actually see your face in this game. It's not Dark Souls. Even in Dark Souls, I make a character look either like an abomination, or I make them look relatively normal because I just gotta. I'm a fashion freak. Why do you think I did Extremeth before Iceborne came out? It's because I wanted that armor, and I don't even use it that much because the layered armor is just great. And I'm not even gonna bother hitting these rocks because I have too many rocks. But I want money. You gotta have money. Yeah, Animal Crossing is just a game where you collect money. It's all about the money, so you'd think that'd be boring, but I don't know. Somehow it's fun. I mean, I know it's not for everyone because some people just can't stand waiting, and I don't time travel either. Nature's for punks. I want synthetic muscles. Nano machine, son. You can tell I'm going for a more urban theme than most people, you know, except for the flowers. I know Dave has recognized that there are a lot of flowers in my town. You should see my new Leaf Town because it's even worse. It's covered in flowers, and that's because I put the beautiful town ordinance, which makes it so your flowers never wilt, and your flowers never wilt in this game either. And I can't get back. You can do it, sugar, or it's me apparently. But yeah, you'll see it's even worse. Like, you saw my house; it's covered in windflowers. Here, I'll change my hair so Dave isn't so upset that I look like a not man. I do fashion with armor, but ignore my character unless they're non-human. Yeah, that seems about right. So this is a little closer to my hair, even though my hair is not brown. My hair is black. So. And I'll wear something more fitting. What am I wearing right now? I'm wearing a t-shirt. But it's so hard to find simple clothes in this game, so I'll just wear, yeah, because I went for a run earlier. Bang. So this whole system is really nice, because before you would have to dig through your storage and then pick the thing you wanted to wear, and then sort of guess as to whether or not it looked the way you were expecting it to look. So, yeah, that looks about right. Oh, and I got a thing for changing my clothes, I guess. Hopefully this doesn't take long. The game I'm going to play after this shouldn't take more than maybe 2.5 hours maximum to beat, hopefully. I probably will read the dialogue for you all, so it's less of just me mashing the A button. But it shouldn't take too long after that then. I find it hilarious that you built fences around those rocks in order to optimize if money. Yeah, because if you normally dig 2 holes behind you to keep you in the corner. But with fences, you can just have the fence there, and it's nice. Because if you don't, then you're not getting that last one. And the last one is 8,000 bells, so you really don't want to miss that one. I mean, you could reasonably say that they should probably make that not a thing where you have to build walls around yourself to keep yourself in while you're hitting rocks. Oh, I forgot I had a rock up there. Whoops. Okay, I just made a character. How soon can I change my hairstyle? Oh, if you're planning to play on, if you're legitimately going to play online, you should know that I don't have online, so you can't come and invade me. I haven't bothered to pay the $20 for the online service because I hardly ever play online and it's not worth it. But, um, you can change your hairstyle as soon as you can make a mirror. So, you'll probably learn a mirror recipe very early on. So, yeah, here, this one, wooden full length mirror. So you'll probably have this from the start of the game, and you'll be able to use this. That's exactly the same mirror I used. I just put it outside so I can change it very easily. Yeah, this hopefully the chores shouldn't take long. I usually only get my fossils, get the rock, find my money spot, and then I'm done for the day. Because again, there's not a whole lot to play in Animal Crossing. You just get money and make your town look nice, and get away from the pain. The pain. Yeah, so you can see the flowers. I made a lot of them because I like flowers, and I'm realizing that this is a terrible rock position after all. Actually, yeah. So if you leave a rock here, the money rock, you'll get screwed over because it'll block one of the spots, which is just another one of those little things that you have to be careful of. Did I even hit the one down south? I forgot. Yeah, they've done the money rocks since the first game, and I always hated it. Yeah, it's a very, it's a lot more inconvenient than it needs to be. There's Dora again. Alright, I was gonna rock. And sometimes you can't even find the last fossil just because it's. Oh right, that's why. That's why I didn't get the rock, because there's flowers around it. I'm breaking this stuff. I don't care if it's my money rock for the day. Because that's just a bad spot for it to be. Might as well say hi. Grave Lord Servant Stonky Rich has invaded. I hate being invaded in Dark Souls. For one, I'm bad, and two, it's scary. Oh, she's ill. She's chilling and illin'. Paintings are back in, right? Yes, they are back in. I'll show you the museum, since it's very pretty. I'll show you the whole thing. Who lives here? I forget. Tasha lives here. She's a nice squirrel. She's building some stuff. Look at this wallpaper, by the way. This is something else. What's the song? I would like to hear the song. It's currently playing KK Synth. She has COVID run. Do you get ill if you talk to someone who's sick? No, I don't think you can get sick in this game. You can get obliterated by, like, bees and stuff. Cool. Another DIY card, so I can sell it. It's the animated wallpaper, yeah. I would pay good money for something like this, because this just sets the mood so well. Although, I might just settle for, like, brick if I have to. Because that'd probably be obscenely expensive to get, like, animated wallpaper. Zip zoom. Isn't it nice to play a game that doesn't eat every ass ever? I feel bad when I when I watch Dave's stream and Thomas' stream. They're just playing like the most degenerate, weird ass, terrible game ever. And then Rick, Slip, and me are just playing good games, subjectively good, I guess. And my inventory is just so cluttered. Also, I like how fruit auto stacks, which is a nice touch. This is Doom's wallpaper. It's always raining, always misery time. Thick stripes shirt. Not bad. I think I used to have a shirt like that in New Leaf. I feel like I'm not gonna have enough room for my for the rest of the fossils. Oh, and I should be careful not to. I should go break those rocks now. Bob is here. Bob? Yes, Bob. It's the animated wallpaper from the game I played last night. I super zoned out while you were playing that because I was just out for a loop. This, those games are great, but I can only comprehend so much at it. And this was my Ronnie Rock. Okay, well at least I got 8,000. Oh, it's a millipede. Have I caught one of those before? Rick's sky bed sheets are still cooler. Don't feel bad. We're the fools for playing garbage. Yeah, I mean, one day I'd love to get Alone in the Dark or Sonic 06 and try those, because those are just those are just comedically bad. But yeah. Even Wes. Well, I mean, Dragon Guard 3 is not. It's not the worst game, but it's certainly not amazing. The saving grace is that it has pretty girls to look at. And don't tell Wes, but I think 3 and 1 look cuter. He's not here in the stream, right? Let me check the viewers. He's probably working on something more important. Bob? It'll be nice to move on to something that's not shit. I don't know. I was saying before that we should all like just pick our like one favorite game to play it and try. Just to show off. Like, yeah, we'll relax. Sonic 06 is not as bad as I thought it was. I like the music in that game, but that's because I'm a sucker for sort of beach themed areas. And like the Soliana words, the music in that town is actually really nice. I like it. It's very upbeat. Which is strange because that whole game is just so thematically off. It's like some parts are super serious and then other parts are just, it looks like a GameCube game. So it's hard to take it too seriously. Oh, and there's the money spot. 3 and 1 are lack. Oh, what? 3 and 1 lack gams? Oh, boobas. Wow, I'm super out of space. You have to be careful not to bury this, because then you'll get less money from it. 10,000 bells. Put it in. Sticky Rick asked me to mail him a copy of Alone in the Dark that I had, which is originally Bob's. Once I finish it, I can send it to either you, whoever wants it. Rick can go first, since I have a lot of games to get through. Like, I really want to do Xenosaga. Just beat it, not even stream it, because it's probably not the most interesting. Even as an RPG, it's very... If you miss the first game, which you will, because I've already half beaten it, you're totally not going to get anything that's happening. So I want to play that on my own time, but I also have... I don't know, I still want to beat the Sky of 5, even though I don't understand how the game works. And I can't be bothered to find my last thing. But yeah, so Rick can get it first, if mail is in order. No, pun not intended. Wait, are the money trees real? Yeah, the money trees are real. You do get money from them. You get 30,000. Well, you get 10,000. I believe you get 3 times what you buried. Times 3, because there's 3 bags in the tree. A little blathers. How may I be of service? Assess these. I still don't get why you can't just assess them and donate them at the same time. No, it's not signed. Yeah, it's a shame that he didn't sign it. Alaska Museum has a... What a hoop! Can I donate the millipede? I can. Oh, it's a centipede. I didn't even notice. It is not signed. No, it's not signed. Make sure you sign it. Yep, that'd be a good idea. It'd be funny at least. Money trees are bid in since the first game, but you're gonna get them by planting in golden holes. Yeah, so that's how it works in this game. In New Leaf and Wild World, like Rick says, you need a golden shovel to get them, and to bury them with the... You could bury them anywhere, so that was a plus side. The centipede's name means 100 legs, but I tell you that's a lie. These ugly bugs can have few as 15 pairs of legs, or as many as 171. But because of how their bodies are segmented, it is never exactly 100. It's true. Do you know what's else true? Centipedes are carnivorous, aggressive, and venomous. And their bite is quite painful too. horrible things I say. Any hoot. My sincerest thanks for your work. And not bugs, blah 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 blah. He's a dark type, I can tell. Except he's flying, so he wouldn't be weak to bugs. I'm not gonna get in that tangent. So the museum, here's the museum. So here's the new art. So this used to just be sofas, but now this is art. I only have 2 paintings, so it's gonna be a bit dry. But you can at least enjoy. Also, is the game audio too quiet for anyone? And the atmosphere really helps when you can hear the game. This drawing is based on the ideal human body ratio as stated in De Architectura. De Architectura was a treatise by Vitruvius, an architect from the early 1st century BCE. Before Christ eated. That's what it stands for, right? Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. How do I... Can I turn it up like this? Alright, this is not... I thought it was Canon D for a second. That's an awesome idea. If we're gonna mail the game around, everyone signs a page in the instruction booklet. Too bad there's no notes page, but there is some free space. I was always curious as a kid why there were notes pages in the instruction manuals, because my brainlet was not good enough to recognize that maybe you would have to write something down. Perfect painting, apples and oranges. This still life is known to have inspired the work of many other artists, including Pablo Picasso. Rather than trying to recreate an image, Cézanne captured the beauty of shapes from many angles. With this work, Cézanne draws on both the atmosphere of his subjects and the spirit of its beholders. The notes pages are for drawing maps. Before Christ eated, I like this new lore. Are you in the Chad live chat? I don't think I can switch from them. I'm always in live chat. Before he eated and after the Last Supper. The footsteps in this game I really like. I have these wooden sandals that make a really satisfying click-clack. Just listen to this. Is it a bit too loud now? I have put it up significantly. But the mixer says it's about even with me. You're even a little more than me because I'm a quiet speaker. Oh man, drawing maps. I'm kind of excited to try Etrian Odyssey on stream. It's 4 in particular is relatively short. Yeah, mine says live chat in the top, and I don't think there's an option to switch to top chat. Here's the bug area. There's fish here too for some reason. YouTube ate my comment on the Vitruvian man doing jumping jacks. Why would they take that? Oh, naked man. What is naked is a banned word? That's terrible. YouTube's a bit nutso in the butso about these kind of things. There's a bagworm. What up? Yo, what up? Good and Beatles. Yeah, Etrian Odyssey 4 would be fun. It's not the longest game, and I will do some what am I trying to say? I would grind off stream because you don't have to grind, but it certainly would make things go by a lot smoother if I didn't get stuck on like one boss. And thankfully there was no walk into a room and get muroed. You can get some pretty terrible things happen to you, but Thankfully, instant kills are relatively rare. There's a few bosses that will, but for the most part, you just have to deal with getting obliterated the old-fashioned way. Doo-doo. Oh, those are fleas. I don't remember fleas being that big. If fleas were actually that big, probably be extinct. You can get ambushed in Etrian Odyssey, but they just get a free turn. They usually don't have enough turns to obliterate you completely. I'd say the music balance is great. I'm sure it's because Animal Crossing game is a quiet game in general. It is. This game has... I've noticed the music a lot more. What a conky dink running into you here. I can stare at bugs all day. Hang on, are they staring at me too? I mean, I am cute. Just a cute cat. Yo, what up? Finish a fight, enemy reinforcements show up. Thankfully, there are no reinforcements in Etrian Odyssey. Give it a me, Bill. I know. My fish. I haven't developed my museum very much because I can't be bothered to catch things. Foe. I've always liked the animal talking sound effects. Yeah. They're beep-bop booping them. Which I never really realized that their words are actually... They're almost reading out the letters they speak. Just very squeaky and mumbled. Here's Clay. Good to see you. And look, these delicious fishies seem happy to see you too. I wonder what it looked like from inside the fish tank. What if they're laughing at me? Thump. Thumper! Someone says Thumper. It's one of the rabbits. I don't remember. He's blue. I know he's blue, and he says Thumper, but I don't remember. Look at him, fish. It's Finding Nemo. Foes. They were also foes. I should try Persona Q because it's obviously very Etrian Odyssey. Karen. Oh, are you commenting on my hair? I don't think it's exactly a Karen haircut. It's more... It kind of looks like Jill, almost. But that's basically what my hair looks like in real life. It's side swept to my right. It's quite long. Is that what does it? Yeah, so if you go into... So, one thing I do by accident is you press R and you can type. And so you can hear the text to speech. Yeah, so the word... I usually end up accidentally pressing the R and then typing a bunch of ones, because you press R to speed up dialogue. You can also hold B, I guess. But I'm used to pressing R. Yeah, I should try Persona Q one day, because it's Etrian Odyssey and it's Persona. But I mean, I don't know. You even have a tank top like Jill. Ah, I guess so. I didn't even think about that. I just picked it because I went for a run earlier. Yeah, it is weird. It's text to speech, but you wouldn't really notice if you weren't paying too much attention. Half of me wants to get this game, but the other half knows it'll be buyers remorse within days. Yeah, it's very much a high investment kind of game where, if you don't like sitting around and waiting and slowly building up over time, it's just gonna be a waste of money. And I know it's not for everyone. It is. I mean, I played New Leaf and I enjoyed it a fair bit, but it was cheap, so the investment was easy to make. And I knew I would like this because I liked not the first one, the one that came before. Never buy a game full price. Yeah. Switch games especially, because they tend to be quite expensive because they're all just like AAA. Even though this clearly doesn't look like a AAA game, it has, although the effort put in so Nintendo gives it a full price tag. Just needs a beret. Maybe I'll find a beret. I'll wait for this game to go on sale. Yeah, it's more likely it'll go up in price, to be honest. I think New Leaf honestly got cheaper, but I mean, who's to say that this wouldn't get more expensive? Yeah. I mean, like, the best you could do is like, just ask a friend to lend it or something. Oh yeah, I really like this. So this is the fossils, and you can see there's sort of like a tree going on, and it's relatively, well, I mean, I honestly couldn't vouch for its accuracy, but one thing I do like is, what am I saying? You go further in here, and you'll see something really cool. So look at these. I haven't even noticed I finished so many of these because I just don't eat them, and then I never actually go inside. So yeah, the museum, my museum, surprisingly complete. I'm missing something here though, I guess. Look at them bones. Yeah, so this is the cool room. So the tree goes in here, and you can see that they lead up the wall, and each of those are the villager types. And so you can see which ones are related to each other. So, and honestly, I don't know if I can name them. So you have birds, or eagles maybe, falcons. You have koalas, kangaroos, or I don't know what those might be. I think these are elephants, these are anteaters, these are cats, these are dogs, these are bears, giraffes, rhinos, pigs, hippos, cows, deer, rabbits, mice, monkeys, and you. And I think that's just a really nice touch. Breath of the Wild is still full price. Man, I don't know why the game's full price. I mean, it's a Zelda game, but it's so old. Can I give you my sturgeon and white whale sharks? I don't have, again, I don't have online, unfortunately, because I'm a cheap sack of shit. Bam. So that's the museum. It's pretty neat. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's definitely something you should study on. It's not something you can just go out and buy, because you just might, it's very likely that if there's just one or two things you don't like, or if you just find you get bored, you're just gonna waste money buying it, to be honest. Why do they have a meteor? It's gotta be accurate. We're going to start. Yeah, I like my sort of main street I built here because it's very compact. It looks very much like a city street, and I wish you could turn the camera 90 degrees here to see the ocean, because I think this would be a really cool shot standing between the fences. And genuinely, I think the game might be too loud. Just give me a holler if it is. I have headphones on, so I can't tell for 100%. The ominous meteor hanging up in the dinosaur room. What on earth is this? A pants press. I don't think so. Okay, audio's good. You'll have to tell me once we switch to the other game, because the volume's gonna be whack-tacular. Hyacinth, rose, tulip, hyacinth eyes, yeah, okay. Yo, what up? I don't know, I keep saying that for some reason. Watching too much Simple Flips. Sound level's good, okay. I don't ever want to pay twice to use my own internet. I'm fine buying Game Pass Ultimate, which comes for gold, since I've never paid full price for it. Even, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's just 20 bucks and it's for a whole year, but, I mean, it's 20 bucks to trade items in Animal Crossing for like 5 times in a whole year. I don't know if that's worth $20 when $20 could also get you. I don't know, $20 is, it's 1/3 of a full price game. Cloudy weather leaves me less motivated, makes it hard to get my work done. But sometimes I fight the gloom by only using the brightest colors I can find. That'll be a bit garish. 4 wrestling rings. Take Nook into the pain cage. Just get the Royal Rumble going on. Football. Graduation gowns. Vampires. That reminded me, I was totally not present when Rick got to the vampire in Space Funeral, which I kind of wish I was there because it's a pretty funny scene. Flight crew uniform. This is actually kind of cute. You got the ascot. Oh, you can be a ninja too. I'll buy it because it looks cool, because it looks well made. What do you like to smoke weed, Dracula? What do you do, Dracula? I like to suck blood. What do you do, Dracula? I like to smoke the weed. I'm with you on that. I bought the physical copy of Tetris 99 since it was on sale, and it comes with the online thing, but I still haven't redeemed it yet. Yeah. I don't use the online enough, so it's really inconvenient when I just want to play it like a little bit. I could probably play. I have Generations Ultimate Monster Hunter, and a friend of mine has it, but we just can't play because I haven't bothered to buy the online. And to be honest, we'd probably play it for a month, beat it, and then cool, $20 down the drain. Like, I used to play Splatoon when the online was out, and then I stopped shortly after the online thing came to be priced, and so I haven't gone back to play it. I just sort of settled with, yeah, I guess I'm just done playing it. And to be honest, I was pretty burnt out from Splatoon 2. I can only get my shit stomped in by snipers before I get done. It's pretty much every game. Like when I played TF2, it was fun in the early days when I was good at the game. But then people got better. People got good at sniping, and then it's really hard to play a medic when you're getting sniped constantly. Also, I forgot to buy medicine for I forget her name, Tiffany, the other bunny. $20 isn't much, but for some people buying poor, so I'm annoyed at a bad service. Yeah, and it's bad service too. If you want to play Super Smash Brothers online, good luck. I played Smash 4 on the Wii U with an Ethernet cable, and it still lagged horribly. So I don't trust Nintendo to make good online. Pretty much ever. I forgot to, I forgot to sell things. Paying online is just bull. It is les terribles. What am I got? Mage shoes, Dal, water cooler, walls, floor. Sell these. I don't need these. Look at all these things. I can't believe you have to pay online for this game too, because you didn't have to pay for the 3DS one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they just decide that you arbitrarily have to pay more money to use what didn't cost money in the past. If I can play games online on the PC without paying, it's just bad practice. And people yeah, I refuse to pay money for it, in the hopes that people won't pay money for it. I'll take your entire stock. I played a lot of Splatoon on the Wii U for about a month or two. I played Splatoon 2 for a good, like, 4 months, just because it was Splatoon 2, and I like being a squid kid. 3DS, yeah, 3DS had free online forever and ever. And at the very least, local works, but I mean, local isn't much of a thing with the current state of reality. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? Just take my whole everything. Just pay for it. Boom. Smash worked on the Wii and the Wii U. It just never worked. No, it didn't. I played one game of online, and it was a PowerPoint show. So, and never again. And my teammate, it was a 2-on-2, and my teammate just kept SDing, so my faith in humanity gone. I'm leaving humanity behind and never picking it back up. And now the 3DS is dead, and I think they were lying when they said the Switch wasn't a replacement. Yeah, I guess they didn't intend for it, because, I mean, who intends to do that except for, well, I mean, every company would intend for it. But I'm guessing developers just moved on from the 3DS. I don't know what the next Etrian Odyssey will look like, but so it could be on Switch, and honestly, nothing would really change. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, you went to the Troll Ring in Medicine. I did. You're a kid now. You're a squid now. They said the same thing about the GBA and DS. DS wasn't meant to replace GBA. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they just... I guess the new tech comes. Even if we believe them and they didn't intend for that, the developers sure won't, because better tech means better games, really. If you're making like crappy games on the old console, who's gonna buy it? I mean, I bought all of the Etrian Odyssey remakes, and I'm waiting for the third game because the third game is pretty dope. The third game has like robots in it, and I'm a big fan of robots. Enough pay pigs will buy it, so voting with your wallet doesn't work either. Yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, at least I'll save my money. Table with cloth. Did she just give me this, or did I pick this up? I totally zoned out. That's actually not that bad. My brain. I see you have town fish in the town square. I do. I don't know what that means. Do you mean the people that are just sort of sitting here? Like y'all? What they really mean is that if this other product doesn't do well enough, then we won't replace it. I mean, they'll do what they want. Whatever gets the money. Does she gamble in this house? Considering her thing is like based off of a casino, I wouldn't be surprised. But I believe there is a lottery machine that you can play in. That honestly, I don't know if it's lucrative. Is there an item catalog that you fill out by buying and collecting stuff? I believe there is. Let me go see. I will never believe them since companies lie all the time. Yeah, they kind of do. It's a shame that the money, they just, if you're not competitive, then you'll just get kicked out of the industry for not being rich enough. I mean, I'm not a businessman, so I can't tell for sure if that's even feasible, but I can only assume that businesses are constantly paranoid that someone will just oust them at any moment, and so they have to keep pulling whatever they can to get profits. It's a shame, but that's the reality, and the only thing that can free us is escape. Yeah, so here's the catalog. So special goods sort of cycles every day, but it's generally the same thing. Like, you always get 2 pieces of furniture, the same hat, glasses. I believe these are just 2 accessories, and you get a shirt, pants, that, and then 1 song. But if you go in to these, you can see stuff that you have bought before. So yeah, I've bought a surprising amount of stuff, even though I've only had the game for 2 months. I mean, 2 months is a fair amount of time. Boom. fish you just walked by. Oh, the the sturgeon I have sitting out there. He's just chilling. Casino. Think of the children. I mean, to be fair, I don't think they would have a casino if it was for kids. I don't know if their policy is like that. Pokemon's policy sure is like that. There's no more gambling in Pokemon. Outdoor bath. Are you talking about a real outdoor bath? I know there's an item called outdoor bath, but I'm zoning out totally. There's clothes. I go horrible with clothes, and there's wallpaper. So yeah, there is a catalog. These are the catalog items, and you can search. I search for E. Give me those products. Look at them. Oh, I guess it just if it has the letter E in it. Oreos are a knockoff. I would believe that. They just had a better ad campaign, so people think the original is a knockoff. Hydrox is the original, really. I don't think I've ever seen Hydrox before, but I'm assuming it's just not here. Special goods. Oh yeah, it's you buy them with Nook Miles. I've been mostly buying sort of urban items. Also, I totally forgot to not use my squeaky chair. Let me go switch my chair for a second. Yo, what up? Yeah, I keep a folding chair in my room in case I need to talk for a lot of time, because I don't want to be squeaking too much. I know people get frustrated by it. So yeah, there's some special goods. The Nook Miles give you whatever. And yeah, outdoor bath. I've been mostly buying stuff like these, like, you know, the normal goods. Which is, it's kind of weird that they make the sort of city-like things cost special when the traditional island sort of goods just cost normal money. I can only assume because these used to be public works projects in New Leaf, so they had to make them special somehow. But these ones are also recipes, so once you learn these, you can make them whenever you want. Hiccup. And well, I haven't really built them because I just can't be bothered to, and it doesn't fit the theme of my town. I guess I'm just looking for an objective in this game, like fill out the museum, collect all the items, catalog, if I had to say what the objective was, it would be the most concrete objective is to fill out the museum, because that requires you to go through all the seasons. But I think you have to make it a personal thing to make the town look the way you want it to. I usually end up role-playing like a certain town theme, which is why my house is it's at the top of the mountain in like the bottom corner, because I was sort of going for the theme I'm going for is sort of like urban in one area, and then there's sort of a mysterious, gated off area where no one like goes to. It gives it sort of that urban legend, even though people just sort of come here because it's Animal Crossing. So the most that I can do to deter them is have a sign here and having the waterfall that only players can jump across. But yeah, I think the fun and the objective in this game comes from making the town look the way you want it to look, and less of having some concrete checkbox to go through. I stopped playing New Leaf just because my town just looked good enough, and I didn't really have too much else to add to it. And to be fair, that lasted me a solid year. I mean, that wasn't like hardcore sit down play the game solid. That was coming back to the game for maybe a half an hour to an hour a day, just checking up on things to see what's going on. And usually if you can go through all of the events then you've hit most of the marks. Like, I don't catch all the fish and I don't catch all the bugs because it's just a hassle. But I like making the town look the way it is. And I don't think I'm going to stop until the town is covered. The town is covered in flowers and my house is fully expanded. I think fully expanding your house and decorating it is what you could call a concrete objective. Giving each room its own cohesive theme and blah 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 blah. So my house currently is just a mess. My house is right now is just is just a glorified storage space, which you can see evidently. I've expanded the rooms. There's a room to the left, but I haven't moved the furniture at all because like who needs it? And the whole neat joke is starting to settle in now. Like it's so cluttered and messy because you just don't care. I mean, my hope is to have the bottom floor be like a dungeon of pain, and then I'll actually be spooky on the mountain from which none have lived to tell the tales from. But in reality, I just desire social isolation. I think that's it for my chores. I think I can actually move on to what am I saying? I can move on to other game since I'm done this. I do like that there are multiple rooms now. They added multiple rooms in New Leaf, which is nice. Open flames and those paper walls don't mix well. Realism does not apply. My brain is just at grasping for things to do. No, I think I'm good for now. I'll go ahead and save, and then I'll try and boot up the second game, which is... Oh, it's gonna be good. I mean, it's not gonna be special. It's only special to me because it's a game I like. Yeah. Ready to wrap things up? Yes, I'll wrap it up. Ugh, my back. Oh, I'm cracking my knuckles. Sorry. What about the other game? Other game? All of the day, bro. It's fine. It's fine. You know? It's a fake flame. It's not real. Just imagine it's not real and it won't burn you. If you can't comprehend it, then it's not possible. That's how conspiracy theories happen. If you can't comprehend it, well, I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll comprehend this other thing that can't be comprehended. So, let me just try and get this working. Boop boop boop. Volume? There's the volume. Let me just make sure that this is low-ish. I guess I'm just gonna have to guess, or you guys can tell me if it's horrible. And odds are it's going to be horrible. The volume should be fine. Who knows? Bang. What's it? Okay, now we move the scene. Huh. Is this... Oh, it looks aligned. So feel free to tell me if it's a bit loud. We're gonna... This is my special game. I'm seeing a lot of Nippon game, yeah. I mean, this guy is made by Nippon Ichi Software. But I'm a weeb. I'm not really a weeb because I don't watch anime or... That's pretty much the extent of it. I read some manga, but it has been a very long time. I love your pictures in the top left. Those are... So the one on the left is my brother, who used to use the Switch, but he got banned after he tried modding. But yeah, we're playing Metroid Fusion. This is my favorite Metroid game. This is probably one of my favorite games ever. Um, I like Rune Factory. I like Mega Man. I like Etrian Odyssey. I think I said that already. No, I didn't. But no, Metroid Fusion is just. It's just. I love this game for some reason. And I know not everyone likes this game because Super Metroid exists. But honest, I think this is the best, personally. But to wrap up that anecdote, my brother he used to play on the Switch, but then he got banned for modding on Splatoon, so he doesn't use the Switch anymore. We have two Switches actually. Our old Switch was the one we originally had, and then this Switch that I'm playing on now is what am I saying? This is the newer one that can't be modded, so I just play normal games on it. And I'll read this. I've been assigned to watch over Biologics research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR388. Fusion is great. I love this. I do like Zero Mission a lot too. I don't know. I'll talk more about that later once we're done expositing. So, if any of this is confusing to you, I don't know if you want me to spoil Metroid 2, but it's not much of a spoiler. If anyone's confused about what's going on, feel free to tell me in chat and I'll explain it. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. You're gonna notice there's a lot of dialogue. I don't normally talk or read it, but it was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Vela, explain! The music is great in this too. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to the Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had been so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. So triumphantly. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR388. The serum was repaired and injected without delay. The X parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. This is where the hentai happens, right? I don't know. What the hell is going on? Samus, the suit stays on in bed. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived. Reborn is something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or BSL, research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. So, as people begrudgingly realize, this comes after Other M, which I don't know if they planned that at all, because I don't believe in Super Metroid or in Zero Mission or in 1 or 2 they explain Samus taking orders from anyone. Docky? No, Wes, not like that. It looks like she put the power suit on before the Zero suit. Is she gonna give her computer a thumbs down? uh, yeah, I'm assuming you know what that. I mean, maybe you don't know, but you're pretty damn accurate if you haven't played this. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes! Now go to the quarantine bay. We're in the game. Oh, it feels so good to play this game again. I play this game like once, even more than once a year. Like at least twice or once, 1 to 2 times a year. I guess once is accurate for sometimes. But it's just such a fun game to burn through in like 2 hours. And this shouldn't take more than 2.5 hours. There's no way it was planned. They just threw in some made up backstory in this game and other and picked it up, I imagine. So we're just gonna scoot along. So we're gonna investigate. The quarantine bay is ahead. Vital signs are confirmed. Be careful. Sorry if you can hear my foot tapping. So dramatic. And oh my god, I'm rusty. I'm definitely not gonna be beating this in like normal time for me, because I mean I'm not like a speedrunner or anything. I'm not like that good. I just like the game. Yeah, it's farthest ahead in the timeline mostly because they never explain. They're never going to have find a way to rationalize the suit in future games. Because from here on out in the plot, all of Samus's powers are like genetically in her. So it would be really hard for them to justify her losing her powers at the start of another game. Also, oh shit, I didn't read it. Whoops, my bad. They use it to absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems that Metroids are the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so be sure to... I didn't read that. Get free parasites whenever you can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now get going. I've released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for blinking hatches. Give the X the suck. It's nice to have a comfy game to go back to every once in a while. Yeah. See, this is... Oh, I'm so rusty. I'm using my PS4 controller and the buttons they're mushier than I like. But it's nice to have a game that you just enjoy. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, Metroid Fusion is not a hard game, thankfully, but it's hard if you don't know how the bosses work, basically. Oops, I didn't read that again. I'm so bad at that. I'm so used to mashing through the dialogue. This will help you against some enemies. Your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Yeah, I like Fusion. There's something nice about a linear experience that just makes sense. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CEO I served under the name Adam Malkovich. He called me Lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Samus is such a rage-induced mad lad that they have to manually unlock hatches until she's ready. Yeah. So the idea is that the station's in lockdown because the parasites are here, and the only way to keep them from going into other places is to put locks on. So there's no missile doors in this game. I just gotta find a girl in real life like Monique so she can kick me in the face. I didn't know that. Vampire Rain was filmed in front of an undead studio audience. Uh-oh, the power. I need the power. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge bioscience. I hope your missiles work. To reload your missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasites. You'll see them. Try it out. Is your objective clear? Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. Missiles help a lot in this game. I feel like in other Metroid games, you can usually get away with just using your beam, but in this one, it really helps use your missiles. It just... I'm gonna be like oozing all over this game. This is just good. It's just good to play a game that's good for once. Because your basic beam sucks ass. Yeah, it does. Or, relatively speaking, in other games, you get really good beams really early on. So in Super, you get like Spazer really early, and that just makes things easy. In Zero Mission, you get Ice Beam really early. Here's an Idor. I'm trying to remember their name. I think they're called Ghidorah, but it's been a while. And missiles are just linear upgrades in this. Yeah, so you always have supers once you get supers, and I'm bad. Yeah, so it's really nice. Because normally, when you play a Metroid game, you don't ever use the missiles. But I kind of like how that's balanced, because you're encouraged to use them, whereas in Super, you just use the beam all the time. And here's the first boss. This is some guy from... Oh, I'm bad. I got hit by the first boss. Whew! Whoop. Ah! Yo, what up? You gonna shit on Stardew again? No. I'll hold off this time. But if I ever play Rune Factory game again, you know what's gonna come out. Probably not, because I've exhausted everything I had to say on the game. The only Metroid I've played was Prime. I really like that one. I have honestly never played a Prime game. Actually, that's a lie. I had the third game on Wii, which I never beat because I was a child. I didn't understand hard games. Very atmospheric. I would hope Prime is good. Prime gets good reviews, so hopefully no one's lying to me. So we're gonna go to Sector 1. This game is very short. There's a lot of backtracking to other sectors, but nothing wrong with that. You go to new places each time, so it's still interesting. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by the X-parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on the biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of SR388's ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Prime would be better without the relic hunt in the end. That doesn't sound as pleasing. So we're gonna go to Sector 1. Where, it's just... I keep saying it, but it's so nice to be playing this again. This was supposed to be my celebration for end of semester, but I got sidetracked and delayed, and we played Rune Factory. It's so spooky! I've only played Primes 1 and 2, and from what I can tell, those are also the only ones I would like, but they are based. When you get to the end, they tell you to go find 13 blue spinny things. Samus, it's as I feared. Nintendo was outsourcing the next Metroid game. You need to escape the station before you get involved. Hey girl, wanna come back to my reading environment? Imagine calling your apartment that. So Sector 1. We go to Sector 1 once at the start and once at the end, so get used to it. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get moving. Now get going. Oh, my throat's already dry from talking. And 2 are impossible without a guide. The invisible frost walling. Oh, these are... Oops. 2 are impossible. The invisible frost wall and one where you knock down. Yo, what up? Oh my goodness. It's so hard to read the thing. So here's the atmospheric stabilizer. Got him. And you can get a few of them before if you know about them, but it still requires some backtracking. That sounds terrible. Multiple number sectors around a core. Is that a motherfucking Final Fantasy reference? Doesn't eat think. Maybe I'll go for more secrets than I normally go for because it's more game to play. But I mean, there's a core. There's a reactor core, but it's not the same. Oh. Oh. The D-pad on the PS4 is so chunky that it's kind of messy. Yeah, the atmospheric stabilizers have GameCubes in them, which is just funny. You can blow up a pillar in a lava place, but you can scan it and tells you that super missiles work on it too. Really? That's the scanner was cool, but I mean, I think a lot of 3D games just went with the whole like codec thing, but Prime made it so you could get weaknesses, which is pretty neat. There's missiles here. It's nice that there's like climbing for once. Meanwhile, Super Metroid doesn't have power grip at all, so you're just gonna get obliterated. Or not even, just... Oh, I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm bad, but it doesn't matter. You take a lot of damage in this game. Oops. Yeah, Fusion is very linear, but enjoyable nonetheless. I think the linearity gives it a more... It's easy to replay over and over again. Also, was there something down here? I feel like I missed something. No, I was thinking of a different room. Yeah, the PS4 controller is not very conducive to a Game Boy game. I'm bad. I don't remember too much backtracking. Only from when I got new weapons and found new things to break with them. Yeah. These secrets, they please me. Does it please you, master? Yeah, Fusion is very linear, but it's something I enjoy. Because there's really no backtracking in this game. Not only it's just for like cleanup stuff, and it is kind of annoying that the sectors close off a bit once you get post game, so you have to use shortcuts to get around. But yeah, there's something really nice about a game that just you can just pick up and start playing, and you don't have to worry about going back to places. You can what am I doing? Yeah, Super Metroid's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just speaking of bad. Super Metroid it shows that it's older because you see a lot of things that the newer games just don't do because they're just made better. Like, you don't have to run in this game. Super Metroid has a run button, and it just makes platforming in that game really clunky. And yeah, there's no power grip in Super either, so have fun with that. Come on. I'm normally not this bad. Ow. Ow. I don't care. Michael Jackson is dead. Yeah, he is dead. That's a shame. He was a good man. What a rotten way to die. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna do this because the bosses in this game aren't particularly threatening. I mean, some of them are. The spider is. Well, not really. If you know how to beat the spider, he's not that bad. But yeah, the holding diagonals with this D-pad is not amazing. Old game bad, new game good. I don't know. It's not a bad game. Super isn't bad. It's just its age shows. Like Castlevania, I like Symphony of the Night. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, I mean, I could point to a few things if I was being really picky, but you just look at the newer games and they seem a bit more fluid. Like, you don't have to equip your food items as your weapons to use them. You just use them. What about the fleshlight boss? Yeah, the fleshlight. That is a thing we're going to encounter. One thing I think is funny is this. So you'll see when you do a charge shot, you get like a little bit of a sort of curvy bit, and it does damage. It does a lot of damage, surprisingly. I don't know if it has like a name, but I just call it Blade Beam. And yeah, you can kill those things from from the wrong side because the hitbox is massive. And it was a Deus Ex reference, which I've only ever played the first game in Human Revolution. So I mean, they're good games, but pretty weird games sometimes too. It's interesting to think that I don't know. We've played this game too. I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, I have no expectations of what people like or dislike. Just you like to play games. But I'm not special at this. I've played this too much that some things are really obvious to me, like using the Blade Beam. Which, I mean, you don't really use it that much. It's just kind of funny that you can one-shot Ghidorahs with it, which is nice. Bloodstained. I wanted to try Bloodstained, but it seems really expensive. I've been waiting for it to go on a major sale. I think my favorite Castlevania is probably Aria of Sorrow. Order of Ecclesia is the 12th second. Also, I forgot to read it. Sector 2. The tropical habitat shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered this sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. He or it may be in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. I'm mumbling my words again. As long as you don't want to cook, there's cooking. What? Start moving. I'll brief you at the Tro navigation room. Cooking in a Castlevania game. I mean, it's a new game. They can do whatever they want with it. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer too. I haven't played many Castlevania games, but I do remember enjoying Aria and Dawn more than Symphony. Yeah, I just think I know a lot of people don't like that they're more linear, but I think the linearity makes the games more fluid while not taking away from the adventure aspect. Because this game is obviously very linear, but Zero Mission has it has markers that tell you where to go, but you can still sequence break and go all over the place. And I think giving the player the option to go more linear is just it makes it more streamlined in case you don't know what to do next. I've learned the identity of our mystery saboteur. Samus, it's an X mimicking you. I have named it the Sax. S-A-X. I like calling it Sax. I believe the Sax came from the capsule containing your infected suit parts. It used a power bomb to escape the quarantine bay. That explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. But the Sax is definitely our biggest worry right now. The Sax is mimicking you at full power. You can't face it. If you see the Sax, just run. Don't think about fighting. You are still very vulnerable to cold and unexpected side effects of the Metroid vaccine. Like Metroids, you can be frozen by Ice Beam. Of course, the Sax is armed with an Ice Beam. Stay away. If you see it, just run. HQ says they have bomb data ready in the data room. Bombs will help you find a way if the Sax traps you. The data room is here, but it's sealed by level 1 hatch. You'll have to find the security room and release the level 1 locks. But for safety protocols, it's not marked on the map. You'll have to find it on your own somehow. Samus. So first, find the security room and unlock level 1 hatches. Then go to the data room and get the bomb data. Is the objective clear? Yes. Keep an eye out for the sax. The saxophone. Yeah, linear games usually get better pacing because you don't have moments where you're just fucking lost. I had a really bad experience with Symphony of the Night, where, so in Symphony of the Night, in case you didn't know, which, I mean, you'll probably know, but you need to do a certain puzzle to get the best ending. So, because normally if you beat the normal boss, you fight Richter, and, you get the wrong ending if you kill him. So, you gotta do some stuff, you gotta go get Shaft, so you're the one called Shaft. And then you get like spectacles and you can see the possession robot, and then you save Richter. But I didn't do that. I just went and fought Richter because I could, and I died a bunch. So what I did was I went to the librarian who gives you hints on where the on how to beat bosses. So I got the hint for Richter, and I tried and I looked at it, and so I was like, okay, cool, I know how to beat Richter. But I noticed in the shop there were some blank spots, so I realized using my massive hydrocephalic head that I missed some bosses somehow, and it turns out they were in areas that were just like I completely forgot about because I got new powers, but I just didn't bother exploring them. And so yeah, I totally missed on like 3 bosses just because I couldn't be bothered to explore the same areas I've been to again, and that just kind of frustrated me. Aria of Sorrow has a similar thing where you need to do a certain thing to get the secret boss, but they make it a lot more clear because they spell it out quite plainly for you. Whereas in Symphony you just miss a boss and then you're boned out of the hidden ending, like the true ending. Hollow Knight. Oh wait, hold on. Any objections, lady? And then I gave him a thumbs down. Hollow Knight is fairly open, and I didn't know where to go for the next bunch of a game. I'd ended up going to an area out of order since I didn't know. Shaft, the black guy from the 70s. He tried to revive Blackula but messed it up. So we got bombs. And the saxophone just blew up the door we were going to, so that's how they force us to explore, which it's pretty cool. This is blowing up stuff. And like the few encounters with the sax are pretty interesting. I hope this is the right way. Yes. Yeah, Aria gives you the books. They just tell you what you need to do, which is neat. With Symphony, you need to do something like you need to go into like a clock room and then wait to a certain time with like certain items, and then it'll unlock for you. And that's just a bit convoluted for me. I mean, maybe there was something there that told you, but I didn't find it because I was dumb. I also dislike how the best ending is tied to your map progression, and so some of the map tiles are just ridiculous to get. Like, you have to like hug the ceiling as a dog swimming on water. It's just dumb. I've been Symphony of the Night twice, and I'd look up a guide for the true end. Yeah, I only played it once, and it was on PS3 with a disc. But I did end up needing a guide. Same with Super. I needed a map because I was so lost playing Super. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I feel like Super Metroid just isn't as well designed. We have lamp oil, rope, bombs. All of it can be yours, so long as you have enough rupees. Bang. Normally gives you a red parasite. I wish I had more to say. I feel like I'm just I'm just playing, but it's just I keep saying it, but it's nice to make progress. The thing about like this is it's very quick to make progress. So even though you're going through a lot of the same areas, it feels like there's a lot of variety than there actually is, because it's just interesting to go from area to area to area to area. And I know there's a lot of dialogue too, and I can't do that without high jump. But yeah, it's just really satisfying. I think that's why this is one of my favorite games. Same with like Wario Land 4. I might play that on stream because that's a fun game as well. But I really like short games that have a lot of variety in them. Yeah, man. I'm just going straight to the boss, aren't I? Yeah, I won't get too many secrets because I mean, I also like how from a certain angle, I don't know if it's this room or another room, but you can shoot through those enemies near their legs. What do you think? What up? So you can just blast his ass. It's pretty funny. This game does look really nice. It's funny to think that this game and Wario Land 4 use the same engine, and I like both of those games a lot. So here's the fleshlight that I think Bob was talking about. Pretty bizarre boss. What am I gonna do? This is hip hop zooping in. I apologize if the charge beam noise gets grating on someone, on your ears. I like how charge beam in this game is really useful, whereas in Super, like you use charge beam for like fan tune and that's about it. Because you can, with charge jumping, you can just go through all of Fantoon's hits. Unfortunately for you, Rick, I did not get sucked by the boss. Also, there's a secret in the top right corner of this room which no one will ever realize. Yeah, I like how the charge beam is really meaty in this game. There's some bosses that are a lot easier to beat with charge beam than any other weapon. Like Ridley. You're gonna love it when you get to Ridley. I played it, oh god, I'm missing a chat, let me read this. I don't know if I figured I needed a guide for Zero Metroid to blow up the glass tunnel with a super bomb. It made me so mad. I remember that because in Zero Mission, you do a similar thing at the end of the game. So it just sort of clicked to me. I had most of Zelda 1, but I got lost and didn't look up a guide, so I quit since the old game design like that annoys me. Yeah, I remember. I think the anniversary or this what is it called? What's the word? Ambassador. The Ambassador 3DS. I think it has Zelda 1 on it, or maybe I've just played Zelda 1 on emulator or something, and the controls, only being able to hit in 4 directions, it seems really annoying to me. But I think that's just because it's old game design, so you can't really do that. Fuck! I tried to beat the hardest Zelda. You tried my hardest to beat Zelda 1 on my own, but they designed the game to require Nintendo. Yeah, it's one of those games that you really need to like talk to people to get hints for, because nothing is clear in that game. So we're gonna encounter the saxophone real quick, and we're gonna get spooky. Prepare to be spooked. And he's gone. Spooky, scary skeletons. I think we can get this. Wow! Again, having this mushy control pad does not help. I played it on my I played it way before I started going on the chains. I'm assuming you mean Zelda. Also, I went to going all these different ways. I believe there's a thing here. Or is it here? I know one of these rooms has... Oh no, it's not this room, it's another room. I'm getting my secrets mixed up. Also, you get Spring Ball really early, which is nice, because I remember playing Zero Mission and doing bomb jumping for a lot. It was terrible, but that's what I signed up for. Because I don't normally, well, I mean, it's just too fun not to what do they call it? The sequence breaking in Zero is really fun. But hiccup, sorry. I was pretty sure I looked it up. In the Prime Trilogy, added Spring Ball, which makes going around a Morph Ball a lot better. Also, Wiimote aiming is really good. I imagine. I remember that they had the cancelled Mega Man game, which is a bit sad, because that game kind of looked good. I mean, I'm just a big fan of Mega Man. Maybe I'll play a Mega Man game on stream. Because my favorite is ZX, and even though ZX isn't that great, because of map issues, I really enjoy the characters and the music in that game. And I mean, some of the areas are bullshit, to be fair. Huge missed opportunity to have the sax make low horn sounds. Dude. Samus, we've got trouble. Releasing the security locks may have been a bad idea. The sax has invaded the water environment in Sector 4. With several thousand X. With the blue hatches active, the sax slipped in easily. The creatures and systems in Sector 4 are already showing multiple irregularities. I'm currently investigating. I'll brief you in the navigation room when you arrive. Is your objective clear? Now head for Sector 4. I mean, there was some... It was made by the same developers as Prime, and they were making a Mega Man first-person shooter that did not get very far out of beta. The sax, an enemy with my strongest abilities, but does it have a reason? Probably not. It's just a killing machine. In my current state, I can't face it head-on. The sax is me, only heartless. I must stop it before it learns its potential and threatens the universe. So we're already pretty deep in the game. We're gonna go to Sector 4 and get speed boost, and then we're gonna go... You go to Sector 4, go to Sector 3, go to Sector 6, then Sector 5, then Sector 3 again, then you go to Habitation Deck, then you go back to 5, and then I maybe don't go to 5 again, and then power goes out, and whoops, I'm not reading this. I will get there when we get there. Super and Zero Metroid probably have the best secrets breaking. Yeah, Zero Metroid's really good with it. It's really funny to go around and do stuff, which I didn't know, but if you can, there's like a super missile hatch on the left side in the room before you get Screw Attack, and it's just really funny that they gave you that option and you're never going to figure it out. There are as many cancelled Mega Man games as there are released ones. Oh no. That's what I thought. I really like to look at that game. The jumps look good. It has a system kind of like Glory Kills. It did. I remember. It's been a long time, but I remember. This seems to be purposeful. We certainly can't rule out the possibility that the sax has a high degree of intelligence. I find the X fascinating, especially this sax, but I digress. The sector is home to a very large creature the researchers call Ceres. It is capable of moving and attacking at ultra-high speed. The more senseless and widespread destruction here, it may be attributed to Ceres. No doubt the sax released it, but I can't be sure why yet. Ceres has often returned to the breeding tank here. Its natural habitat must be to go back to it periodically. It's a valuable specimen, but you have been authorized to terminate it. If you don't, it may invade other sectors. Is your objective clear? Of course it is. While you're moving, be careful. Some broken power nodes have electrified the water, but we can't cut the power. Doing so will affect the whole station adversely. If you touch the water, you'll be electrocuted. Conserve energy as you go. I find this sex interesting. It's a robot. He needs to learn how... What do they call love? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Samus can sax me anytime. Why can't I wall jump? Come on. Come on. We don't need to go up there yet. That's for later. So you can go up to this left part and you'll get an E-tank, but I don't think I'll need it. It takes a while to get through there. We're just gonna progress, because I do want to try and beat this in a timely manner. Even with me reading all the dialogue and chat. And my hoarse throat slowly drying up and shriveling. So we just gotta go get Ceres, which honestly one of the more skill intensive bosses. The bosses in this game again aren't particularly hard if you know how to cheese them. Horse throat, it sounds like a terrible disease. No, I mean horse as in like H-O-A-R-S-E, or however you spell it. I think I spelled it right. I'm not used to talking this much, so I get dry very quickly, which is odd considering I sweat profusely whenever I do anything human. Oh no! So when I was a kid I didn't realize the implications of this, but it's dead. And something killed it, but what could it be? Could it have been the sax? So that's the E-tank I was talking about. Yo, what up? Hey, thanks for the easy opening. So, there are a lot of ways to beat this boss. The best way is to not fall in the water, and I'm doing a terrible job at that. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, dodging this boss is a bit of a intense rush. Oh. Ah, damn it. And you got him. Whoa. Scary. It's a scary monster. And my ex-parasites are running away from me. Got him. We got him, boys. I'm sure you think you're speaking, but you're making unintelligible grunts and snorts. That horse so got you good. All bones. Something killed this. Good work, detective. Imagine like if L.A. Noire was like that. It's just like you spend 10 minutes looking at like a corpse and like pushing it over and investigating every little bit of it, and then when you walk up to the end of the mission, you have to like write a report, and you can just write something killed this. I think that would be really funny if you could just half-ass all your reports as like a detective in a detective game. These things are buggers, aren't they? Jeddah Springfield has been replaced with a skeleton. I think that's like a Simpsons joke I'm not getting. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's Simpsons. Dave pointed that out. I honestly haven't watched too much TV. The only thing I watched was like Discovery Channel and cooking shows like Good Eats. Boom, boom. Yeah, so we gotta go back because we gotta go lower the water. We gotta get the water. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah. Normally, I would recommend just climbing on the right wall because most of the time you can avoid the attacks. But if you're feeling a bit cheeky, you can stay on the middle platform and just try and jump over the stuff, which I like to do because it's exciting. It's entertaining. Oh yeah, Shine Sparking is in this too. Yeah, you can do that. It's not all that practical in this situation. Oops. I bit overshot it. I tried to press down, but D-pad not responding with me. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. The music is grande. They all spark. Somebody... Oh, whoops. I was so excited to show that there's a... I believe that you can open this up. I don't think you can do anything without super or power bombs though, so I'll save it. Got him. They all spark. Don't turn me into the next DSP, Dave. It's just I don't like how mushy this is. There's not very much travel in it, and it's easy to press the wrong button or to not press it because it's surprisingly like what's the word? Resistive. Also, I forgot to read it. Poop. HQ has more support data. This time it's missile upgrade data. You desperately need this, but the data room here is sealed with a level 4 lock, the highest security level. Let's avoid opening sensitive areas unless it's necessary. Also, the route to the data room in Sector 2 is blocked by still more SAX activity. I know the deliberate pattern of activity. Oops, I read that wrong. As if it is blocking your recovery intentionally. Samus, it looks like your best option for this download is in Sector 3. Pyre. You'll find the Pyre data room on your map. After using a navigation room there, is your objective clear? Yes. Now head to Sector 3. Brr. Did I pay my taxes? Do I pay taxes? I don't really have an income. So, I mean, I did have to do my, whatever, my report because I got loans. The DualShock 4, yeah. Well, DualShock 4 is all I have. DualShock 2, I remember DualShock 2 being good, mostly because I played it on PS2 for 1,000 million billion years. I wish, like, Xbox did like a Prime super cool controller. If Sony did that, but just made the buttons use micro switches, that would be hella worth the money. Like, just making it switches and making it clicky and responsive, that would be beautiful. Or like that Neo Geo with the clicky D-pad or the joystick. Maybe that's a bit excessive, but I would enjoy that. Thankfully, the X have not invaded this area yet. The data room here is sealed by another security hatch. In order to download, you must find the security room here and activate level 2 hatches. This may allow the Sax and X parasites into the area, but we are left with no choice. Your recovery is our main goal. The data room is here. As I explained, security rooms can't be shown on the map. Be careful, Samus. You'll see very violent organisms here, and avoid ultra-heated areas. Your suit can't take such high temperatures yet, but we're working on it. Level 2 hatches are green. Release the lock and proceed to the data room for download. Super missile data is ready, and your firepower will triple. Is your objective clear? Yes! First, activate green hatches and go to the data room. There are no ultra-heated areas on this map, so turn back if you enter one. Hear that? Sony... Samus, it seems like your best option for this download is Cool ROM's website. Nintendo hasn't reached that one yet. Is your objective clear? I actually got this ROM off of a website. Hopefully Nintendo isn't listening, because that would be very tragic. But there's a website called Vim's Lair, which is it has a pretty nice repository of ROMs to work with. Also, this is the wrong way. So if you're looking for ROMs for older games, you should check it out. Also, what is that? It's missiles. Genetically engineered dogs whose noses grow back. They started using synthetic dog noses during the PS era. Yeah. Thankfully, the X have not invaded this area yet. Wow, a refugee subplot. Boop. I think we could just beam that open, but we got bums. Yeah, like, I recently found it, and I used it to get the ROM. It seems to be functioning, which is more than I can say for the other websites. ROM Hustler. That's such a weird name that, honestly, that could be real or a parody, and I wouldn't be able to tell. So we opened the locks, and now there's monsters here, which is great. There's terrible... This mansion is filled with terrible demons. Ouch! That voice acting is great. Later. So we gotta go up. We have to go down for a later area. And you can see the whole... So the enemies here are really durable. They like can't be damaged by beam, which makes the it makes getting the missile upgrade feel really satisfying, which I think is good game design. ROM Hustler is real. That's, I mean, sure. It feels weird to make your ROM site somewhat of an antagonistic name. You're a hustler. Actually, what does hustler mean? I'm speaking out of my ass right now. I don't know what that really means. So yeah, so these guys are really beefy. Like, you can't even hurt them with normal beam. You have to charge it. People may like the Jill sandwich, but ouch is my favorite. that is such a good line. Although I've never seen Chris's route in Resident Evil 1 because everyone... Whoa, oh! I almost tripped over my desk. I'm trying to reach a lamp. No one ever plays Chris's route, so I don't ever know what happens. I know I think you see Rebecca in it, but that's the extent of it. So I got super missiles, and here's just another secret. I still don't know what Hustler does. Who's Hustle? Like they're in a football team and they gotta make people go fast. Ouch! Just the so plainly, like I'm totally in pain. Believe me. So you're supposed to go over to the left side and you get a bit of spookies. I really wish, if they make a new Resident Evil, I hope they just, like, set it on a new mansion and have Rebecca be the main character. Whoops. Yeah, so this boss is a bit tricky because of these, like, bomb things. The rematch against him later on is a lot tougher, but still not obscenely difficult. A go-getter. And he's dead. Whoa! So this is a security bot. It's supposed to be guarding things, and it has a bit of an oopsies with the X-Parasite. So we're gonna see him a few times, and by a few times I mean twice exactly. But now we have supers, and so what used to be a hassle, and this is still a hassle. Up here is bonus. The Nightmare, yeah, the blobby face guy. Yeah. I like Rebecca, she's cute. But yeah, I hope they make, I hope they just go with Rebecca. They could do just like Resident Evil 4-esque story where it's just, oh, there's a mansion and there's spooky stuff happening in it, and you just put Rebecca in it because she's probably one of the more underutilized characters next to Claire. I mean, does Claire show up in any other games? I don't remember. Oh, this was the wrong room. It's the room after this room that has the speed booster thing. Or I might be mistaken, because you can go up here and there's a secret. Open up. I just kind of want to see what's up here. Yeah, I think you're supposed to speed booster through this. Yeah, I guess I just overshot it. Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like Rebecca could get some more screen time. Totally not biased, by the way. You also reminded me that I made that offhand comment about about me liking 3 and 1 more than 5. And I don't think Wes was there, but he showed up later. So I don't know if Dooms is still here. He might be relaxing by the pool with a couple of guys. We're up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. We're talking something about the security bot. You may destroy it if you meet it again. Your safety is vital. But as to your brief, level 2 security locks are released. So sectors 5 and 6 are open. That means those sectors have likely been infiltrated by X. They are much harder to stop than you initially suspected. Sector 5, Arc is sub-zero. You're still susceptible to cold from vaccine side effects, so you'll take damage if you even set foot inside there. Avoid Sector 5 for now, but in the meantime, HQ is working on data to adjust your suit for extreme temperatures. Once you have the transmission, you can download it, but the X have destroyed all the data rooms you have used so far. I no longer doubt their capacity for critical thought. You'll have to use the data room in the night habitat. Sector 6, Knock. Go to Sector 6 and access a navigation room there. Is your objective clear? Tread lightly, Samus. You are the only one who can do this, and the X may be much more dangerous than we know. It's not called bias, it's called being right. Claire is in 2. She's in Code Veronica and Revelations 2. The Revelations games are very out there. No one really remembers them. Does Samus suspect something? No, I don't think so. Good, monitor her closely. Affirmative, out. So there's a bit of dramatic irony here. Code Veronica. What the hell even happened in that game? I remember that game had like the boy who convinced himself he was his sister, or something ridiculous like that. But that whole game is just beyond me. Rebecca is a side character in 1. She stars in 0. And she's playable in Mercenaries. I haven't seen much of Mercenaries in 5, other than that Wesker's in it. Oh. I'm back. Hopefully that muted. I had to open my window. For 1, someone came in my room again, and 2, my room is melting. The various suit data is here from HQ, ready to download. Get moving to a data room. Stream's not frozen, is it? But there's a problem. X from the Sub-Zero sector, Arc, are in Sector 6. Yeah, I think something's frozen. What's wrong? Okay. Alfred. That's a great name for a cross-dress person. They've been changed by the cold. If you absorb one, you'll be frozen from within. This seems like a deliberate tactic. Once you download the various suit modification, you'll be out of danger. Just be extremely careful until then. The knock data room is here. Remember, avoid the blue X. Use your beam to stun them in order to get by. My room is ultra heated. I need various suit now. Which, what does the varia in various suit mean? I always thought it standard for, or it meant variable suit. Like it could stand in more variables, temperatures, but honestly, they're just pulling shit out of their ass. I don't know what it could mean. Hey, lady. Rebecca is the one with the basketball outfit. I like her a lot because she's got a soft face and a Rudy Tooty attitude. Too bad she's horribly incompetent, but what can you do? She seems to get like bailed up by Billy and Zero a lot, which is not very becoming of her. But it's the reality. So those are blue X. So you gotta not touch them because it'll freeze you from within. Easier said than done. You do not go in here. This is later. Critical error. Yeah, and they can also hide in these blocks. So hopefully I didn't break anything by going out of my room. So yeah, there's one in that block in the middle there, and we just need to go over here. Whoops! Just be careful for that guy. Who vacuums at 10 in the evening? My family, apparently. It's a mistranslation. Not surprised in the slightest. Yeah, I don't know. We're just sweeping on a Thursday, I guess. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, so the sax is back, so we're gonna get spooked real quick. Yo, what up? Look at that guy, look at this dude. Look at the top of his head! And he's gonna powerbomb, so we gotta move over here. And it's very wise not to go until you can't hear his footsteps anymore, because the game pulls a bit of a troll at you. So yeah, if you're a bit too hasty, you'll run forward and fall down here. You can save yourself at this last point, but if you fall down all the way, you're boned. She's got a solo to share with you. I miss playing an instrument. I should one day I'll get my trumpet back and I'll play music again. So there's a guy there. So you don't want to break that one. I don't know. Playing music is just fun. It gives you something long-term practice. So we're coming up against the boss, and for some reason you can hit him in this opening segment. I honestly don't know if that does damage to him, but whatever. So this boss is a lot easier with the charge beam rather than the super missiles, which is a bit unintuitive. Come on. I don't usually have this much trouble with this boss. Oh, okay, that was it. That honestly was faster and slower than I'd expect. Oh, you got me there. We got him. I remember in Oracle for Seasons, a guy looks back and it always made me mad. We are now variabled. Or barriered. Whatever. think I can get that. It's not a huge deal. I'm guessing it's missiles. Fools, I now absorb. I feel like when I'm tired, I speak like Petra. My grammar goes out the window. Boop. Get me up there. On the instrument, I need to know how to play a rock band drums. Yep. Yeah, so you'll notice they start running away from you because they've realized the error of their ways. They don't like being sooked by you, but you can make the sook happen. Protection. Ooh. Come on. These are weird enemies. They're like beetles with worms coming out of them. It's kind of scary. But yeah, we have 100 missiles, so we're pretty much set for like the rest of the game. Which is sort of a common theme in Metroid games, is getting too many missiles. Except for like in Super and Zero, which, I mean, that's like half of them. But the Ridley fights in those games, you run out of missiles a lot. And I think I just chalk that up to Ridley being uber tanky in those games. I also didn't read it. Whoops. Unless the X have the ability to process data organically at any rate you have the various suit data, now you'll be protected from extreme temperatures. More importantly, the sacks will no longer be able to freeze you, so you can escape easier, but you're still too weak. That thing is too much for you. You currently have no way of damaging it, but my simulations indicate that a penetrating weapon like the plasma beam might work. Developing modification data will take HQ some time though. There's also a chance that you may restore your plasma beam by absorbing a large core X, as you did with the charge beam function. As for restoring ice beam functionality, I doubt it. Your current cellular makeup would reject that addition. Therefore, HQ has developed an ice missile upgrade. This will add a freezing effect to your missiles. It will help. Go to Sector 5 Arc for the download. Yes. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go. Get moving. And we off. What do you think about Ridley and Kraid being so comically different in the original game? Were they different? I figured in the original NES version they were both like 2 tiles tall and you just blasted them. But I've never played the first one. I mean, there is something strange about Ridley being just I mean, he's really tanky in some games and really glass cannony in some other games. In Samus Returns, he's like the final boss, and he's ridiculously tanky. In Super Metroid, he's still ridiculously tanky. In Zero Mission, he'll be dead in maybe 2 minutes, assuming he doesn't kill you first. And in this game, he's really easy. And then Kraid is just piss easy in every game he's in. Poor guy. I have a penetrating weapon. We only have power for one simulation of 2 very strange looking kids. Tiny Ridley and Kraid. Yeah, they're like as big as you are. I mean, I guess they're more intimidating this way. As you might expect, the data room is here is secure. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download the data as usual. And experiment with those new missiles. They will be helpful. Is your objective clear? Yes. You know what to do. Go to it. I mean, I think pretty much every boss in the original Metroid was 2 tiles tall. Whoops. I made a critical error. That's why he's so mad. I don't know. Ridley or Kraid, he's just, I don't know. When you're easier to beat than Crocomire, something's wrong. And Crocomire's not hard, but he just takes a long time. But Kraid is just like Kraid. He's even with normal missiles, he only eats like 10 of them, and then he's dead. So this is a weird area. You got like crabs, crab people. I also like this red door, which you never open because you'll find out later. So we gotta go in here and get a speed boost. Ow. Mother Brain's not much better. Whoops. It's just fun to blast things. So anyways, I started blasting. Here's a funny room. Come on. Hello, King Crispy. We are gaming. So what even is here? Oh, this is bonus. This is boner. This is some boner game. What do you take me for? I don't need no bonus. And here's a completely pointless room. And here's a security room. That wasn't hard at all. And we open. We in there. We gotta go get our ice missiles. Ah. And then after this, we're gonna get to Sector 3, Emergency in Sector 3, or as Twitch used to call it, Emergency in Franker Z, which I thought was kind of funny. I would watch, but I'm tired. So yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just playing for funsies. Go get the rest you need. Also, this was pointless. Yeah, I feel like the people who subbed to me would be might be kind of disappointed that like half of what I played on my channel, out of the maybe 10 videos, like half of it is me playing Metroid games because I like Metroid games, and they're like obscenely long too. Oh yeah, there's a bonus. Give me that bonus. I mean, I just think this one's fun. If this is the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah. So the energy tank turns into a bat. Insert vampires here. I like the little gun hug the unlock gets. Yeah, I thought it was neat. It's giving you the energy. This is Samus's 1 IO port. Oh. And there's another secret here too. This one's a touch harder to get, I'll be honest. So you need to let him transmogrify. And then he turns into that. And he's a bit far now. Come on. And it was missiles. So it's a bit... It does feel bad to get missiles when you have over 100 of them stockpiled. Gotta go. So he's gonna zoop, and then you go back up. And what was once a pointless room is now a puzzle you must dealio with. So he's gonna go over there, and then you blast him. Gotta go. Gotta zigzag zombie. I'm bracing for the emergency because it's very loud. This game has a bad habit of making things that are really loud. Oh, get him. More missiles than the Cold War. And there's Nightmare being a weirdo. I always thought this background was kind of weird because they look like vault doors, but clearly if you turned that center thing, it would not fit there because the corner bit is a bit too it's a bit too much vertical, so you wouldn't be able to pull it down very much. Sudden loud noises add to the atmosphere. Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah. So we're gonna get emergency'd. And there's missiles here as well, in case you didn't have enough of them. And emergency. Emergency in Sector 3. The area could melt down soon. It seems the main boiler's cooling unit is malfunctioning. This could easily destroy the entire research station, as it would likely trigger the auto-destruct explosives. We have about 6 minutes. Hurry to Sector 3 and access the control room to the side of the main boiler room. Most of the systems in Pyre are down because of this. Again, we know who to blame. The Sacs must have hacked into the system control file. What impressive intelligence. Is your objective clear? There's little time. Hurry to the control room in Sector 3, so we gotta go. I love this music too. Oh, I'm messing up. I also like how at the 1 minute mark, the music seems to sync up with the voice. Yeah. We'll get to those spoilers once we get there. I'm going fast. Ow. Get me up there. I'm fumbling my controls a bit. Oh, whoa, whoosh. Bob! I think you'd get more than your coom. You'd probably skeletalize. Bye-bye. Yo, what up? So we're gonna give him the big fat cheese really quick. Four minutes. 4 minutes isn't bad. Or 4 minutes left on the timer. I usually can get it done before 4 minutes, but I was a bit slow. Self-cleaning. No mess. I mean, the space pirates turn like gray into gray husks when they get the souk. So, maybe they're a bit too thorough. But we have wave beam. And, I mean, it's wave beam. It's purple, which is kind of weird, but... Yeah, burp. Royal purple. We had to engineer them to be longer and less toothy. Soaked. Drained every ounce of mana. Oh, whoops. I was not paying attention. I bet you hate capitalism too. Whoopsies. I mean, come on. I want to be able to live after the souk. What good is the pleasure if you can't remember it? Or maybe it's so good that all other things pale in comparison and you'll never feel pleasure ever again. That would be kind of horrifying. That a missile is a bit much. Yeah, they don't need to bread. I think you need power bombs to get through there or something like that. So, crisis averted. Where are we going? I believe we're going to the habitation deck. I want to live. All the skeletons get up and point at him. The X mimicked a crew member. It all makes sense now. The X can absorb the memories and knowledge of their prey. What an astounding find. Ichi was very impressed, but don't you find it strange? They could have destroyed the station with the X in it, not to mention the sex. Unusual for a self-preserving species like the X, unless your presence is an even greater threat. A threat to the existence of X elsewhere. This is only a hypothesis. Perhaps their survival instinct is in conflict with their newly borrowed intelligence. Don't let your guard down yet. X are still a threat. Samus, I see bile signs on the habitation deck. Survivors? The infected crewman you saw had survived until recently. Maybe there's a chance. Signs emanate from here. Is the objective clear? Yes. I've restored power to the main elevator. Use it to return and look for any survivors. You got it. You can pump them full of energy and make them split faster. The only thing they persist on is energy, so I would assume that was how it would work. Grammar and vocabulary, not my... They're falling apart. So, what's next? I believe we get power bombs. And then power outage. Whoops. I'm forgetting what comes next. Oh, did we go in here? We didn't. I forgot. Misa, dumb. Oh yeah, Ridley's in there, but we'll not deal with that yet. What about sexual energy? I don't know. And I'm not going to think about that too much right now. Ah, I'm bad. I made baddies. Get up. And so we see the things. I don't remember their names, but they're the aliens. They have canonically survived, to the sadness of some people. Also, I'm totally messing this up, aren't I? There you go. If we find alums, we're gonna ask if we can fuck them. Cause what else are you gonna do with them? Lock disengaged. Gate opening. Now we gotta wait for them to get. There they go. Here come that boy. Cat! I did it. And we're going. Oh man, it's... How long has it been? I can't imagine how much longer this is going to take. Erakuns and Dakoras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They seem to recognize me as well. How unusual to meet them again here. In the past, they've helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had, but where did they run to? I hope they're safe. So they teach how to wall yump and how to shine splark. So the survivors were not human, most unfortunate. We can now confirm the deaths of all the crew members. I imagined that this was the case, but I hoped it wasn't. I believe the X are only affected humans for their knowledge. That form is too weak for battle. I'm sure the others were merely food for the X. Samus, I think they're evolving, growing stronger. Some are now appearing to resist your current weapons. HQ anticipated this and sent powerbomb data as soon as the harbor team finished it. Is your objective clear? Of course. But our data room choice is limited to these ones in Sector 5. Arc, go now. GDQ, yeah. Also, greetings from Germany. I like how they're so uptight about, like, being sensitive to people and, like, mental health. And then they just go and say, like, yeah, let's just kill the animals. Just kill them all, fuck them. It's like, you can joke about that, but you can't joke about, like, whatever the hell. So, like, some guy playing a game made a joke about, like, Air Canada, and he got banned. It's like, what? What's your policy again? I've been watching ESA, because they seem a bit more level-headed. Yeah, I didn't know if the dilation stations were a joke, because I was so desensitized to their insanity. I still don't know if it's a joke, because I've I forced myself to stop paying attention to them. You know where the data room is, but I'll show you position again. Yes. So we just gotta go there again. But this time it's gonna take us on a different route. And there's Nightmare again. Oh, Bob doesn't know about that? Maybe Rick can explain it, because oh no, I think he does know. But yeah, I was just so out of it that I assumed it was just... Yeah, I just assumed that it was a thing. A part of me didn't want to believe it was real, but a part of me also knew that, yeah, I'm sure it could probably be real. So we gotta use the power bombs. And so we're gonna get spooked again. So they kind of trick you. They give you power bombs, and you assume, like, oh, maybe I should use power bombs here, but no. You can just bomb this. And if you use the power bombs, you get absolutely boned. Oops. And I believe there's stuff here. I know what dilation is, since Guy had me watch an episode of I Am Jazz. It was one more than I could bear. Yeah, some power booms. I just said it would be funny. Ooh, slick. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. There's just too many of them. They're overwhelming. Oop. Give him the good old power boom. These are all just bonus content. Oh, this is a fun one. That's a bit late. Come on, man. That's not much better, but yeah. Oh, I probably could have made it in there. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is just for like power bombs or something, and that's, yeah, you know, just screw it. I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. We have bigger and better things to get to that aren't power bombs that I'm never going to use. What's next? I believe power outage is next. We're gonna get Spas Jump, and we're gonna get Plasma Beam. And I am going to save because you take a surprising amount of damage in the upcoming section. Boom, boom. Yeah, so let's save. Just in case something goes horribly wrong, because I bet it will. Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. Yes. We zippin'. Ooh. We're almost at the end. Well, I mean, almost is relative. We have space jump, plasma beam, gravity suit, diffusion missiles, wave beam, and that's it. And then we're pretty much done. So it's a relatively short game. Is a bit spooky. Oh, it's Ridley! Look at him, our old friend. And he's gone. Return to the ship. Can you just tell me? No, go to your ship. completely worth it. Yeah, so this is kind of weird. So here's like something. I don't even begin to describe what these are because I can't tell you. But they spit. God, cop. Trying to make me use my power bombs. Yada yada yada. Boop. I did it. More missiles. Alright, I forgot. You can save at the ship too, so I didn't have to save before. Beam me up, and we'll save. The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why all elevators and stations are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start the auxiliary power system. Then we can figure out why the main silo went offline. Is your objective clear? Yes. By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you. Some strange creatures have boarded your ship. I confirmed that they were not ex-hosts and gave them a berth. Do you know anything about these strange creatures? Were they the source of the healthy biosense earlier? Very well then. Their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. So that's why they made it go to your ship. And we're about to get spooked. Yeah, so you may have realized that in Sector 2 the bugs sort of cocooned, and now they're waking up a bit. So we just have to get over here. Go down a bit. And oh, it's a space pirate. Yeah, they're a bit tough. Tough as in they take a lot of damage, but not very difficult to fight. And for you, tank. Kill the animals. Unfortunately, you cannot kill the animals. God, these guys are just annoying. Whoops. And, yo, what up? Boop. So here's Spider Boss. I believe his name is Yakuza. So this guy gives a lot of people trouble, but, I figure just by hiding in the corner. You're pretty safe here. I don't think the left corner is that safe, but we'll give it a try. There he goes. So you need to get in a good cycle, because he's a bit weird of a boss. Come on. Cooperate. There we go. Come over here so I can blast your ass. Oh, you delayed that one. And now we can spaz jumping. Thankfully it's not that hard, although the rhythm, get used to the rhythm, because there are some parts where you need to space jump well. Whoa, power. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online, but with only auxiliary power, no elevators or hatches will work. Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier choking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? We'll have to find the source of those roots to proceed. Yeah, that was a pretty bad fight on my part. I'm not usually that bad, but I was. So there's a save room down here, which is really handy. And we're saving because the Yakuza fight wasn't that hard, but the thing coming up ahead might kill us if we're bad. Because these bugs, they do a lot of damage. And why am I wall jumping? I have this power of space on my hand, and yeah, you see that guy did like a whole energy tank to me. So get ready to spook. Ow. Yeah, you see that did a bit of... So one of the things I like to do is this. Kill the animals. The boss music. Yeah, the music in this game is spanking. I mean, yeah. It's good. I mean, obviously this loops is about like this is like a 10-second loop. But I mean, it gives the same energy you need to be scared. It's so dramatic. So we're in Sector 2, and we're through the worst of it. So we just have to find the boss and give his chicks a good slap. There are power bombs over there. I'm not going to get them because I seriously don't need that in my life. Nope. I'm bad. So one thing that might help, that helps a lot to know, is that there's a recharge room in here. Very handy to know because the bugs are scary. But we just have to go over here, go up. Cooperate. Boom. So here's the next boss. I don't know the name of it. I believe it's just called Chozo Statue. Whoops. I forgot. You can't. You gotta jump. You gotta jump and you gotta crawl. There we go. Not a hard boss in the slightest. You can't choose this one like the other ones, but it's not particularly hard to begin with. Oops. Oop, got him. We got him, and we got play as the beam. So our beam is pretty much as good as it needs to be. We're still gonna get Wave Beam, but Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam is juicy. It makes the most satisfying hit sound ever. I still get hit, but whatever. There's something here. I saw missiles or whatever. Are they peak comfy? I am just mostly just chilling. I have a very deep but monotone voice. And I don't know. I guess I don't react very strongly to anything, so everything just kind of flows by very smoothly. There's no sudden burst of energy. And now we're gonna go. Where are we going? Oh, we're gonna rematch. We're gonna rematch Security Bot. Oh no, we're gonna go do Nightmare first. I wonder if Dave will be back for Nightmare, because this is so weird. It's the famous boss. Everyone has trouble with this boss, but it's not hard when you learn how to make him stupider. You're slowly draining his int, and you're making him do dumb stuff. He's gotta go in circles. Poor guy never learned what a circle was, so you get him stuck in it. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers who named it the Nightmare. Apparently, it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses the uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. Now, we must assume that it's become an ex-host. We have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. Is your objective clear? The thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. Oh, this music again. This is such a good song. I love it. So you can see everything's a bit messed up. So the room that was once locked is not locked at all. And I believe this is a shortcut to get to other sectors. Yeah. Oops, wrong. You can't use power bombs in this room because it'll lock it away. You just have to know. Gimme. Energy. Thankfully, Plasma Beam destroys these guys. Although not entirely, as you can see. I still hope the sound isn't too loud for anyone, because my headphones make it seem very loud, but that's probably just because my mixing is off. So, where are we going? We gotta go up here. We're surprisingly close to him. Again, Metroid Fusion, not a very long game. I believe this is a save room. No, it's a recharge room. We're full anyways. And there is also more power bombs up here if you desire them. They're quick, so. And this is the save room. Okay. I'm mixing it up. Hotline Man. Yeah, Hotline Miami's fun. I played it a little bit, but I never beat it. I'm a casual. Well, I mean, I could probably beat it, but I don't know. Top-down shooters never did it for me. So we're gonna go fight Nightmare. So we're gonna go get spooked. So the first phase is honestly the hardest phase. Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes I have trouble, but it's more execution than knowing what to do. Yo, what up? So get up right on get right up on his crotch and just blast him. You really just have to tank the damage. So that's phase 1. And you get it right up on his face and you just Oh. That's a bad angle. I'll wait for him to move. There we go. Boop. Yeah, it probably was pretty horrifying. The melting face mixed with the screaming, the cat meowing. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I mean, I took damage, but damage is expected. And now we have gravity. We can move freely in water. And we're gonna get diffusion missiles, and then after that, there's just after diffusion missiles, there's screw attack, wave beam. That's it. Well, actually, we're gonna go get wave beam, then diffusion, then screw attack. Ooh, got him. Oh. What's it gonna be? It's power missiles. Power bombs. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. These guys just float. It's a great pastime. So we're now back in Aqua. I hope the plasma beam isn't too annoying. But we gotta go figure out the mystery. We have to find out how to get back to reality. Back to reality. There goes gravity. And the seahorses are they're a bit punks. Doing damage and stuff. Whoops, the phone. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, it's not here at all. What was I thinking? What were they thinking? It's my relative. They're just calling. And we got level 4 locks. So now all the locks are open. I believe there is a secret in here. Yes, there is. Do I care enough to solve it? Yes, I do. So you gotta let those spawn. And then, you blast them. And it opens. How that works is a mystery to me. It's because you didn't pay your taxes. Back to reality. And yeah, we got the level 4 locks, so we just gotta get out of Aqua. Damn it. God damn it, man! We gotta do this. See horses, get out of town. Just give them a little blasting. A nice transitory area, and then this room, which has sort of a puzzle. That was unnecessary. I don't know why I did that. So this is sort of a puzzle you have to figure out later. And those are speed boosts, so we got a speed boost on those. There we go. We're almost in the home stretch. Oh, I wanted a spine shark. Because of this totally unnecessary thing. Power bombs. Everyone likes power bombs. Gotta go fast. This is just to save time. Which honestly I wasted more time getting this giant spark than I saved going for it. Also that box, completely pointless. Don't know why that's there. And now we get diffusion missiles. So yeah, it's kind of funny how you how quickly things progress if you know how to do things. The first time playing, you're probably going to get stuck with that looking for the security room for a while, just using power bombs and everything. But now we have diffusion missiles, which are pretty rad, I'll be honest. Although I hope the sound isn't too obnoxious for anyone. Because, yeah, you're gonna hear this for a while. And we are off. We're gonna go rematch with the security bot and get Wave Beam. And then we're almost there. Maybe like 3 more bosses after this, and we'll be done. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. I do know what to do. Exterminate. To Sector 6, quickly. Boop, 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 boop. So the computer's gonna get a bit serious now, because there's a bit of a secret. The security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful, but we have another problem. Once you're done, leave knock immediately. The Sax is tracking you. Is your objective clear? Don't stay longer than you must. Understood? Of course, we're going to stay much longer than we must. So we're going to go into that room, which prior was just filled with terrible things. But now it's filled with things that we can progress. Slurp. Let me give the old power bomb treatment. Into the secret area. Which again, one of the if you didn't know this, you would probably get stuck for a while. So this is the room we're gonna fight him in, so get ready for that. Ow. And boop. Secrets. And it's just gonna blare at us for a while. Ow. And that's our boy. He's ruined his tune. And I'm great at getting hit. So very quickly, put bombs down. Ow. It's been a while, you can tell. So this boss is a lot easier with plasma beam rather than shooting it with missiles. Oh, you gotta be careful because he jumps a lot higher. But we're getting there. I missed! No, I missed. Now, you can see the missiles. The grade. I'm sure you could squeeze a missile in with that. There we go. Good as new. About them bets. I'm afraid of... Oh. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it was pretty slow. I forgot that you could get a missile in. But we have Wave Beam, and Wave Beam is awesome. Look how massive this beam is. It doesn't save you from getting hit though. So yeah, all we have is space jump or space screw attack, and that's it. You like them baked, grilled, or fried? Bats? If I had to pick, I would imagine fried might be. Yeah, I don't know about baked, but grilled or fried might be acceptable. Alright, you gotta go over here. And oh no, what could it be? Oh, there's a sax and you shouldn't, but then So yeah, let's get out of here. So you can mostly just stay on this right side and you'll be fine. And there you go. That wasn't too hard. You just gotta be patient, which is a bit difficult when everything's exploding. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. And Samus is gonna say things. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful applications only, of course, please understand, but perhaps you already knew of this program's existence. Certainly, you must have had your doubts when you saw Sector 1 SRX, a faithful replica of the SR388 ecosystem, ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. This research uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega from larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out his natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on the way. One? Are you saying there is more than one sex? Don't be surprised, Samus. You know the X reproduce by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard the station. ... Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the Sax will destroy you. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Is your objective clear? Yes, now get going. Yeah, they just sort of destroyed the last Metroids. Like for realsies. Unless the Galactic Federation have even more clones. But this is pretty much the last of them. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened his blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. There are more than one ways to have sex. According to the computer, it's asexual, so I'm sorry. So this will look a bit familiar for some people. Get used to the sound. So we're going to go in there later, but first we gotta go deal with Ridley. Alright, we have Wave Beam. I forgot. Wave Beam is like good and stuff. So one thing that's funny is you can, you're supposed to like, you're supposed to shoot them in the back, but you can just turn around and it'll work. There's funny little things like that that I enjoy. Ow. These goddamn grinders. Or I think they're called rippers. Alright, get ready for Ridley. I'm just gonna not talk for this because this is... the voice is just great. Isn't that great? I love that fight. I'm sorry if I'm a bit loud. I noticed the mixer. So we got Screw Attack, and that's really the last upgrade. So we have the final boss, and we're done with the game. So thankfully, we have been going for 3 hours now. So I mean, 4 hours isn't bad. It's only 9 p.m. for me. So, I think Dave is the latest out of all of us. So he's, I want to say he's currently at 11 p.m. right now. I want to try and stream early so that people like Dave can watch before having to go to sleep. Jesus Christ, how horrifying. Beast Coast. I'm very much close to the west, so I'm about 2 hours behind you guys. Yeah, so it's 9:15 for me, so pretty much 2 hours. Oh no, well the stream is for you people. I can stay up pretty well, but it's because you guys are the later ones that I shouldn't stream at like when it's like 1 p.m. for or 1 a.m. for you guys. Because that would kind of suck. And remember this room all the way back at the start of the game? You can now walk in here, and there's more missiles. You know, in case you needed more missiles, you got more missiles. And so yeah, so these shells are supposed to be a bit ominous as you walk back to HQ. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and the SAX. They believe this lifeform has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It's not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. This station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That is why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the X. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the fusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful, but they had already sent it and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open a channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools. I want to sleep at about 6 a.m. because I was determined to beat the super optional boss in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I feel proud. I hope so. Super bosses are funny because they're bloody ridiculous. This is madness. This is Metroid Fusion for the Nintendo Game Boy Advanced Handheld Entertainment System. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of the occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and they'll spread across the universe. The galactic civilization will end. And the X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. Memes! The DNA of the soul! They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. The station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself, if I have to. Oop. Open the hatch. I have been ordered to confine you here until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam? Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? He would know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. He'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So he chose life for you, our fair warrior, Samus Aran. your Adam give his life so that you might get to keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating this station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites. Even though the station would be utterly destroyed, you would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore the simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship, escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? Wipe this meme from the face of the earth. Religion is a myth. Free will is a joke. Memes. The DNA of the soul. Open the hatch. Yeah, this music is nice. So this is the end of the game. So if you want to clean up and get all the remaining E-tanks, missiles, power bombs, you can go do it now. And the music is just icing on the cake. It's very triumphant. But yeah, we're almost at the end, and in a brisk 2-ish hours, I'm not sure. So I'll save here, and I'm sure the game will tell me what my playtime is for real. It's like his spirit is in the computer. Helpless animals cry in the distance. Probably not. No, fortunately, the animals are with us on the ship. They will survive, as is canon. Now, so get ready for final boss, or second final boss. Where you at, boy? He is not all that hard. Yeah, in Super you can leave the animals behind because you find them in the escape sequence. Oh. This sure is a boss. Yeah, that's the end of that guy. No, in Super you leave the animals behind because they show up at the end, and well, I'm not choosing him. The poor Sax. Yeah, did not stand a chance. Yeah, so the animals in Super, there's at the very end of the game when you're escaping, there's an optional room you can go to let the animals escape, and if you do, the only change is that there's you can see a little star, sort of a spaceship moving away from the planet as you escape. It's just in the last cutscene. And of course it doesn't have any implication until this game. Decorus and Edicoons. The Virgin Sax versus the Chat Samus. Yeah, he's just jumping around, can't get a shot off, and I'm just blasting him. He's a bit like a Mega Man boss where you just hit him once and he doesn't jump. He just yumps. It's a very classic Metroid escape. Every Metroid game gotta have an escape sequence. Except for 2. 2 doesn't have an escape sequence. It's kind of funny. Oh no. Oh my god, he is eating her. And then he's gonna eat me. You shoot him and he pretends to be intelligent. So yeah, the Metroid and the X are having a bit of a spat. So we get our last power up. Ow. That was a bit of a bluff on my... Ow. Ow. I normally don't have this much trouble. Yeah, the... This boss is just trouble sometimes. I just like to do this. Sometimes he cooperates and sometimes you just rail him into the wall. Oh my god. And boom, we're done. That's the game. Oh, it feels good to play this game again. And kablooey. So yeah, somehow the self-destruct sequence of that space station destroys the entirety of SR-388. So the planet is gone. That perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich, continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did, the danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry, one of them will understand. One of them must. I've reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But, in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. The ship can only be started manually. Yet, before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible, Adam? If Samus is in a bikini, I don't remember the qualifications to get the bikini. I believe I'll just get the Samus in the blue, sort of, at a window with her head tilted backwards. Lady, what's troubling? Or I might get the orange suit. I don't know. You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. Look at him snoozing. Chicken and Goblin. Best friends forever. And yeah, that is the game. I've always been annoyed that the timeline ends here. I wanted a game where Samus is on the run from the law. Yeah, I feel like they could. It's just... the whole game... The games have always been about exploring a planet. So the first game is... You're on the planet looking... You're on Zebs and you're looking for Mother Brain. In 2, you're on SR-388 looking for the Metroids. In Super, you're looking for... the baby Metroid. In this game, you're trying to stop the X. And I mean, all the games are about exploring something, so they need a reason to like make her explore something. I don't know how like an open world adventure Metroid would work if you were sort of on the run, sort of jumping from planet to planet. I mean, the Prime games had planets that you jumped from, but you still had to explore them. So I don't know. Maybe I just haven't played them enough to really get an idea of how they would be designed. But that's that. I don't know. It's nice to beat the game again, but I don't know what to play next. I guess since you guys are here, I'll ask um, what you would like to see. So, I mean, I always have Rune Factory as like a fallback game, but as for a new game, I can play. I have the Mega Man collection to play, which could be fun. Although I'm terrible at Mega Man, even though I like it. I wanted to play Wario Land 4, because that's a fun game from my childhood. And it's also I don't know if it'd be one stream. I think it would be at least like 2 or 3 streams, because it's actually pretty long. Also, Etrian Odyssey 4. If you want to see that, I would jump on that right away, because it's fun. And we're gonna see what picture we get. Oh, yeah, it's the one I thought. It's the leaning back on a window. 1 hour 27. Not bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna. The stream's done, but I'm just asking what you would like to see for a future stream. 45%. Whoosh. $45. I probably had to beat it in with more or less items. Let me look it up. Metroid Fusion and screens. Wow, Japanese version had a hard mode? Really? I didn't know that. Oh, well, apparently none of them have the bikini. They're all in the sort of tank top shorty shorts. So I don't believe there's a you're going up. Oh, well, yeah, my score's going up. But yeah, they're all the blue suit. So this is the third best, which is under 2 hours with 100% items collected. And then the best one is 2 hours, under 2 hours with 100% items. So you have to be really quick. I'm half an hour short, and I need 55% of the items. So that's it. So, I don't know. I think I'll have to pull, maybe I'll pull the Discord next time I'm ready to stream. Yeah. So, let me get that end card back up again, because it's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of games to play. I'm definitely thinking on Etrian Odyssey, Wario Land, whatever floats the boat. Wario Land is a short game as well, so there's a lot of variety. And I don't know, I had fun. It's nice to play this game. It's even nicer to play it with the boys. But I think that's it. I think that's it for today, for tonight. It is quite late. Maybe I could do a drawing stream, but I don't know how fun that'd be. Working on drawings, I don't know. Let me know in like the Discord or next time we plan this what you want to see. But that's it for me. With the boys. Good night, y'all. And I'll see you later. Oh, gosh.